How much more progression did you see in that last 70 minutes against Charlton on Tuesday that gives you something to work with going forwards?
Yeah, I think the team are doing well, aren't they? And they're progressing well. Unfortunately, I've not got the results to back that up, but I think you've seen in the last 4 games that we've been very competitive. And you know, in another day we could have 2 wins at least. But no, I thought we played really well on Tuesday night and pushed Charlton all the way. As you saw the second half, we were dominant, weren't we? And unfortunately, we just couldn't stick one in the net.
What does it take then to keep that faith in the players so that their performances remain high and that you begin to get what you feel you deserve?
Well, I think that's what you've just said. They are keeping the faith because they're playing well, aren't they? It's not as if we're getting turned over. It's not as if we're conceding that many goals. You know, we're always in the game. We've been leading in a couple of the games, haven't we? And never quite saw that through. But no, look, you know, we're all positive because I think we're putting the performances in. I think everybody can see that. It's not as if we're getting turned over 2, 3, 4, 5-0. You know, we're in the games. And another day we could have picked up a lot more points. But the players are positive.
And you had a midweek game as well, a second midweek game against Cirencester in the County Cup. How useful was that to make sure that, you know, all of your squad is getting some game time?
Yeah, that's exactly why we used it. Obviously, I was there just viewing. I wasn't taking the game, but I got quite a few of the fringe players there, some minutes, which is much needed, and it was nice to watch them in the game. You know, and get the minutes under the belt.
Ipswich, one of the big boys in League One. How does that affect the mentality that the players need to have to go to Portman Road and try and get a result?
Yeah, I don't think it affects them at all, no. At the end of the day, I mean, we're at the bottom of the league, aren't we? So everybody's above us. So we're going in underdogs in all the games. Obviously, Ipswich are a top team. They're doing very well in this season. Scoring a lot of goals, keeping a lot of possession, you know, play a high line. They're aggressive in the press. We know they're a top team, but we feel we're a match for anybody at the moment.
They've drawn their last 3. Does that give Forest Green a bit of hope?
Why not? Absolutely. They're on a wee bit of a sticky run, aren't they? As are we. But of course they're at home. There'll be 25,000 behind them. But hopefully we'll give a good account of ourselves.
There's also at Portman Road a celebration for Bobby Robson's 90th birthday, or the anniversary, really? The 90th anniversary of his birth. Yeah. Obviously, you played under him at Newcastle. Where does he rank in the managers who you played under?
Oh, he's got to be up there, isn't he? Up in the top 2 at least, probably. He was a beautiful man. Great guy to be around. You know, a legend of the game. And everybody that ever come in contact with Bobby loved him. So, you know, I was just one of their guys. He was a beautiful man.
I mean, you did play under some good gaffers, didn't you? The likes of Jim McLean, Walter Smith as well. How much are you actually do you almost hear yourself talking their words when you're talking to the players these days?
Possibly. I'm not aware of it. But yeah, of course you pick up things for all your managers, don't you? And there were some great ones there. I mean, Walter, what a beautiful gentleman. He was a great man, great manager. And unfortunately, a lot of these guys now have passed away. So, and of course, you had Howard Kendall as well, my mentor, really. So, no, you know, I hope I've picked little bits from them all going along, you know.
And does that give you an insight into how to communicate things to players? Because, you know, one of the things for you, you were never afraid of anyone on a football pitch, but, you know, you've got to transmit that no fear attitude to the Forest Green players, haven't you? Yeah, we try, and I think the players have gone in with a no fear factor, to be honest. I think as you saw the 4 games that we've been competitive in them all. If not, we should have definitely won a couple of them. But no, those teams, you know, they're going in strong on Saturday. We feel confident, even though the results are not quite there, but the performances have been there. And no, we've got no fear, none at all. Charlie Savage made his first appearance as a sub on Tuesday night. How pleased were you with him? Because there's someone who's had to wait a little while and made an impression. I was really pleased with him. He come on, gave us good energy. But also technically he was very good as well, and tactically. He understands the instruction that we gave him. And but of course he's got good technical ability. He's a Man United boy who, of course, you've got to be good to be at that club, and of course you've got to be technically good as well. But on top of that, he's got good energy and he's a good lad. He's enthusiastic, just like his dad. You know, gets around about the pitch. You know, tackles everything, and he's a lovely man to be around and train. And it's a privilege to have him here. And actually, you know, with Tyler Onyango being injured, is he kind of the ideal sort of person to come in and sort of fill those boots?
Yeah, definitely. He's young, he's enthusiastic, he's got a lovely left foot in him. So yeah, he can slot right in there. And as you said, he done a lovely cameo role the other night there. I thought he played exceptionally well because it was a high-paced game. He came in, he fitted right in, and actually pushed us and drove us forward and made some lovely passes. So now we've got high hopes for him.
How much would he now be pushing for a first start, maybe?
Well, he's certainly in the mix, isn't he, with the other players that are there. But he's certainly pushed himself right to the front.
Injuries? Are you still working with the same squad for Saturday as you had for Tuesday, essentially?
No, one or two wee knocks, a bit of illness for one or two of the players. One of the lads has got a wee bit of a knee problem there as well. We've got a couple of groins here and there, but hopefully most of them will be available.